I feel like shit.
Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days.
It's just one of those
happy days. The weekend comes, my cycle runs.
It's just one of those days where you don't wanna wake up. Everything is everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you wanna justify ripping someone's head off. No human contact, and if you interact, your life is on contract. Your best bet,
Just knock it off, you scum bucket.
it's just one of those days. It's just one of those.
Happy days.
It's just one of those.
Happy days.
It's just one of those days.
The weekend comes, my cycle runs. Ready to make space.
It's just one of those days, feeling like a freight train. First one to complain, leaves with the bloodstain. Damn right, I'm a maniac. You better shoot, cause I'm fucking up your program. And if you're stuck up, you just locked up. Next in line to get fucked up. Your best bet is to stay away, motherfucker. It's just,
I'm losing my cool.
it's all about it.
Happy days.
It's just one of those,
Happy days.
it's just one of those days.
The weekend comes, my cycle runs. Ready to make space.
Feel like shit. My suggestion is keep your distance. 'Cause right now I'm dangerous. Right now I'm dangerous.
Something's happening to the bonds.
And my day keeps going this way and this way. I'm gonna pop you one so you'll stop playing games. Give me something great. Give me something great. I hope you know I pack a chainsaw. A chainsaw. A motherfucking chainsaw.
What?
So come and get.
Right, there we go. I think I may be working now. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of, well, I would say the last ever edition of Chief Moody Live. Now, before we fully get into the show itself, I want to make myself very clear, and I also want to make sure, can everyone hear me okay? It's not going to be like last week where I was completely roboting or anything like that at all. So, just to everyone in the chat who's here just now, am I coming in clear? I don't sound robotic or anything like that. Just want to make sure, because I really don't want to make it like a shit show like last week. So hopefully I've managed to sort out my laptop and hopefully everything's actually doing great. So Shinobi, audio is good. Durham Fox, yeah, loud and clear. Oh no, sorry, Gam Sandwich. Good audio, Chief, that's Durham Fox. Hear you fine, Budgie Burger. Right, good. Yep, and even I says, yep, that's fine. The Red Baron audio books, I think that's Bonnie Lad, if I'm not mistaken. Well, anyway, hello to you too, sir. Thank you for watching. Let's see. How do Peep Shinobi as well? Yep, that's yep. Everyone, a lot of familiar faces. I think there's more people coming through. So that's good. Just joking. I know you were Rob D. I know, I know you are. That's fine. Hear you fine, and Tony Smith, loud and clear. Perfect. That's absolutely fantastic to hear. So, because of that, I really want to apologise for last week because of what happened. No, it was at Rambling Rattlesnake. Howdy to you too, sir. Obviously, what happened last week was a bit of a shit show. Audio was not working. You could barely hear me and all of that, but I managed to get it all working just fine after that. I think it was actually the same night I managed to get it working. So what happened was, I'll keep the story like very short and sweet. But basically, long story short, had to check through the files I had in terms of, what was it called again? Hold on. It was Avast Driver Updater. So I use Avast as my laptop protector in terms of like protecting my hardware from viruses and whatnot, and I've got the Avast driver updater as it helps update the performances on my laptop. So because the reason why everything was going all robotic and not very clear and the sound was in very poor quality last week was because and I mentioned this on last week's stream as well. The night I was gonna go, well, I then went on to No Chance to stream with No Chance, Resisting the Lies, and Scott's Armor. Just before I went on, I updated all of my laptop with the driver because it asked me to update it. So I thought, all right, I'll I'll do that right away. Did that that same night. The issues were coming along, but then when I went on the stream, it started off as bad, but then it got a lot better later on. So I was kind of hoping that maybe the same thing would happen with last week's stream, but since it pretty much ended on a shit show, you can see how well that turned out, of course. But later on that night, after the stream ended last week, went on back to the driver update, and everything was all fine, hunky-dory. So it seems like everything's working fine, and now that means I can continue on with making more live streams and, of course, more videos in the future. So that's actually the thing I wanted to say in terms of making videos. I do still want to make videos besides live streams. I'm actually kind of in the process of writing scripts at the moment in terms of all the other video ideas I've got. If I actually got one big idea I really want to do. I actually thought about this idea when I was at work this week. It's something. Oh, sorry. One thing before I get into that. The porn industry streams I did. So I did 2 parts of that, and I did say in the past I was going to do part 3. Part 3 is still coming. Don't worry about that. That is definitely will be coming along. And part 3 I think is going to be the big finale of the porn industry streams I did in the past. I think it was about a week. No, it was 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago I did the previous one. Anyway, I'm definitely going to do part 3 of that, and that's going to be the big finale. There was one idea I really want to do, but I think that's going to be later on down the line, and I don't know if I want to make it just with myself, of course. I want to maybe incorporate everyone else within the movement I'm in terms of like ethno-nationalism and whatnot. But I'm still, it's kind of like in the like thinking phase, or not even just before the concept phase with that idea, but I'm going to see if I can try and develop that a bit further and then see from there, of course. Anyway, the major thing I want to announce is, as I mentioned last week, I was going to do a poll on my Telegram channel, which, by the way, if you still haven't done so already, I would highly advise you guys to follow me on Telegram for now. Because if you want to get more updates or any posts I put up on Telegram to do with news or YouTube or anything like that at all, it would be very advisable for you guys to follow me there on my Telegram channel. Again, just so you get more updates and whatnot. So what I'll do is, just in case Joel Sitson is not in the chat just now, I'm going to see if I can post the invite link for my Telegram channel here. And then that way, again, if you have done so already, but please follow me there. Even if the link in the chat is not allowing you to click on the link, just copy and paste that link into your search bar, and then you'll find it there, and then that way, follow me there, of course. What, more porn? You want us to go blind? Yes, Budgie, I do want you to go blind. I want to go blind. But no, I don't know when part 3 is going to happen. Maybe sometime this week, maybe next week. I'm not entirely too sure. But I'll definitely, in fact, maybe sometime this week, because of course, if I'm going to do like a live stream or podcast with a new title for it, I might as well have that start next week or next Sunday at 6 p.m. And then with a part 3 stream for the porn industry, I think I'll do that maybe throughout this week. But again, I'm not entirely too sure, but just follow me on Telegram, and then that way you'll get an update from there. Again, just in case if anything comes up. Anyway, let me see. We're about 10 minutes, almost 10 minutes in. I'm going to do like a big announcement for the title for the stream / podcast. I think I'm just going to call it a podcast from now on, because that's pretty much what it is anyway, even before the new title, of course. I trust everyone has already subbed. Explanations now. If not, let me see here. Let me see if I can find the image I saved, because I would share it on my Telegram page for now, but for some reason the poll will not show up on the web page for some reason. So let me see if I can find that here. So I just saved the image from my phone to my hard drive and see if it will show up there. Let's see. Yep, so it's holding up just now. Yep, perfect. That's fine. If I actually don't need to that page up, just close that. Perfect. Right, okay. Let me see here. Right, so last week, besides the issues arise within the stream, I did say that I was going to create a poll and come up with, well, with the help of you guys, to come up with names for the name for the name of the show. Instead of calling it Chief Moody Live, I thought maybe something more podcasty type of name, like, or something much better than Chief Moody Live, because Chief Moody Live, it just sounds very pretentious in a way, and I really don't like that. So everyone from the chat last week sent out their ideas for the podcast name, and I also made people who are already subscribed to my Telegram, or even subscribed to other people's Telegram channels, but like Bonnie Lad, and I think a few others that shared it as well, which, for that, thank you guys very much for doing that. And I've got quite a lot of people voting that poll. For example, there was 927 that viewed it, with only about 186 people that voted for it. So I think it's a case people did view it, but they didn't really understand like what exactly it is, so maybe they didn't bother voting for it. But the people who may know me, or may watch my content, or maybe have heard of me through other people, like, again, Bonnie Lad, or No Chance, or anyone else like that, they cast their vote for this poll. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to share the image just now. Let me see. Do a screen share. Maybe that'd be a good idea. Right. I'll share audio just in case. Right. So screen is shared. Now, I'm not too sure if you guys can see that, but here is the final result for the poll. So we've got names like Moody Sunday, the Moody Blues, the Mood of the Nation, Moody Talk, Nationalist Mood, A Mood Awakening, Moody Monologues, Moody in Britain, Moody SOB Day. So as you can see, it was quite close with all the name titles, but the one that came as the top is the title The Mood of the Nation, with 29%. Other titles like Moody Sunday, the Moody Blues, and also, no, sorry, even before that, the Nationalist Mood came at 17%. Moody Sunday, the Moody Blues, and the Mood Awakening came in at 13%. Before that, Moody Monologues came at 8%, Moody in Britain 3%, and finally Moody Talk and Moody SOB Day 2%. So it was pretty close, to say the least. So, but it looks like we finally have a winner, and that's the Mood of the Nation. So maybe not to tonight's stream, but I would say definitely next week's stream will be the first episode of the Mood of the Nation podcast. So now the next thing I'll need to do is I'll need to see if either I can create like a thumbnail specifically for the Mood of the Nation, kind of like what Chris has for Patriotic Talk, or even Mark Collette has for a Patriotic Weekly Review. You know, that kind of a thing, like a sign or a logo specifically for the show or the podcast. So I'll see if I can come up with something like that, or maybe if I can get someone who's talented enough and creative enough to maybe come up with something with that for me. So the Mood of the Nation. To be honest with you, they're all great title names, but I actually overall do prefer the Mood of the Nation, mainly because it kind of ties into both my name and also my channel's name. But I think more importantly, it does tie into the overall bigger scale in terms of the mood of the people, you know, the mood of the nation, if you will. So it was very close. I know I keep saying that, I do apologize for that, but again, the Mood of the Nation is going to be the name of the show from now on. So instead of Chief Moody Live, it's now officially going to be called The Mood of the Nation, and the first episode of that will be next week. So really happy with that. So let me see. So that's really good. I voted for that. Oh, good. That's. I think everyone's seen. Let me see. Nice from Scottish Town. Excellent from Durham Fox. The Mood of the Nation is perfect. Budgie Burger. That's excellent. Yeah, sounds like everyone is really liking the title of The Mood of the Nation. So I'm happy with that as well. So if you guys are happy with that, then I'm happy with that. Perfect. Okay, I'm a sandwich blogger. I'm on shift next Sunday evening. Oh, that's a shame. Damn. But that's gonna be every Sunday now at 6 p.m. The Mood of the Nation. The other thing I was also gonna say as well, but starting from next week's stream as well, also, I'm going to see if I can maybe cut down on my swearing. Nothing against swearing or anything like that at all, but for me, there comes a point where it's okay to swear, but there might be times where I think swearing can be very unnecessary to do. But again, I'm not saying like it's going to be like a promise or anything like that at all. But I'm going to see if I can try and maybe swear less in my videos or even live streams for that matter. At least I'll give it a try, but you never know. Most of the topics I normally cover on my show, it's very rage-inducing. It makes people swear anyway, but again, even with that, I will definitely try my best. Anyway, so I covered the name of the show, The Mood of the Nation. That's going to be next week. I guess what we can talk about is what's been happening this week in Glasgow. I think it was in Pollock Street, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong on the name of the street, but basically, for those who don't know, there was a quote-unquote protest that happened with a bunch of Scottish people protesting for the freedom of two, I want to say Muslims, but it turns out that the two men were Indian Sikhs and they were not Muslims, but don't tell Hamza Yusuf and the SNP that, because apparently they just only say Muslim just to make a political point, of course. I wonder if I can maybe see any posts like that. Wait a minute. Let me see. Don't know if I can find it on Twitter or maybe on Telegram. I'll try Twitter first. But I've seen a lot of posts about this. Everyone's talked about it. No Chance talked about it. What a shit show that was. Yeah, I know Darren Fox. It definitely was. It was absolutely ridiculous. Kenmure Street, that's what it was, right. Kenmure Street. Bonnie Lad, to qualify as a Glaswegian, you only need to stay in Glasgow for 24 hours and you're a Glaswegian for the rest of your life. I did see that. Yeah, that's... The amount of mental gymnastics we're dealing with these kinds of people is just unbelievable. Sorry, excuse me. From No Chance did a great video on it. He did, yeah. I did watch that video. I did cover it very well. And it was Kenmure Street. It was in... Ooh, that's different looking Twitter. I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, right. So if we look at Kenmure Street, there was also other things I've seen about Kenmure Street on Facebook, and then some of the stuff were absolutely cringy as hell. I've also kind of posted images on my Telegram page as well, just saying how it's incredibly cringy to see all these people with these migrants and saying, refugees are welcome here, and all of that. It's unbelievable what's been going on with that. Let's see, anti-deportation protests in Glasgow, Kenmure Street. Yeah, this is what we're on about. Yeah. I can show you guys like an image agreeing this is Glasgow. Let them, Jesus Christ. Right, so let me see if I can share the screen. We can watch. I'm also using Twitter, of course. And then that way we can have a look at this together, because I've seen some of the stuff. I've seen No Chance's video on this. I've also seen Bonnie Lad's take on it as well. Well, with last night's stream, I think he did it with Sensum Communum, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see here. So, right, here we go. None of those communists live there. Oh, well, no surprise there. Good evening, folk. Chris Donald was murdered in that Glasgow street, and that's yeah. I remember hearing something about that. Yeah, it's a shame that the people of Scotland, especially those silly people, standing in that street, seem to be caring a lot more for a bunch of foreigners than they do care about their own people within their own country. It's really sad, that, to be honest. So what I have here, I'm on Twitter as well. So greeting, this is Glasgow, hashtag let them go, Glasgow say let them go. Never have I been proud to live in this wonderful community. Let's just give this a watch. That's just pure cringe. I mean, yeah, never mind the fact that the people of Scotland, or even just Britain as a whole, are slowly but surely becoming a minority. If the trends continue on the way they are, they'll be a minority by 2066. or even someone said that it might be even earlier than that, by 2050, because again it's getting a lot worse from here. And all these people seem to care about is, oh, let the foreigners go. This is a country for everyone. Anyone could be Scottish. On during the stream that I was going to try and swear less. Well, maybe I'll start that next week because just seeing that just now, and I've been seeing all this stuff throughout this week, and some of it has just been absolutely anger-inducing, to say the least. If this guy was lying under the immigration van for 8 hours today, so it couldn't move. Oh, this was one of the guys that No Chance mentioned in his video, was it not? Yeah, this dude. More photos from today. It really was one of the most inspiring things I have ever witnessed. How the fuck is it inspiring? I mean, for Christ's sake, all these people are illegal immigrants who shouldn't even be here in the country to begin with. Wait, what the fuck is so inspiring? Why is it that they care more about foreigners and people that were not born here on this soil than they do care about their own people within this country? Wait, what the fuck is so inspiring about that? Oh, it's inspiring that we made the immigration officers letting them go. Fuck you. These fucking foreigners are slowly but surely replacing you, but all you give a fuck about is just being progressive. Unfucking believable that shit is. Unbelievable. Here's a statement from Van Man via the No Eviction Network. This must be the guy. Yeah, the man who went under the van in Kimmuir Street has released a statement through No Evictions. He says he was just buying time for people to get over there. Fuck off. So let's see what this prick has to say. Let's have a look here. Statement from Kimmuir Street's Van Man. I'm proud to be part of Glasgow's No Evictions network, which gave me the training and confidence I needed to respond in a moment of crisis. We're obviously thrilled in our friends' release, but we can't ignore that things were on a knife's edge there. How is it on a knife's edge? What are you on about? Police Scotland brought in reinforcements, and when that didn't work, they brought in horses, and when that didn't work, they brought in riot gear. Officers kept insisting they were there to preserve public safety. Well, yeah, because the guys who they were trying to, well, not arrest, but trying to capture, were turned out to be illegal immigrants. So of course they were just trying to do their fucking job. But these gullible idiots, these useful fucking idiots, want you to think that, oh, they're doing something like a good cause for these immigrants. It's for the greater community. Right, okay, where was I? Hold on. But they were the only threat of violence that day. I'm sure they were. They were absolutely ready to go in mob-handed and clear the road, even though the crowd included children and the elderly. Yeah, you're probably using them as fucking props so that the police wouldn't do a single thing to you guys. Yeah, that's probably why they were there to begin with. And many were literally standing outside their own doorsteps. It just goes to show how these hostile environment policies start off criminalising migrants, but quickly turn on anyone else who stands in the government's ways. Oh, fuck you, you pretentious little cocksucker. Oh, so, right, let me get this straight. So the police, you seem to think that they were being the hostile ones, despite the fact they were only just doing their fucking job. But you're one of the ones who are being hostile enough. In fact, in No Chance's video, there was a guy towards the end who was like a lawyer or something like that, Amir, wherever the guy's name was. In the clip, in fact, let me see if I can find No Chance's video on that, because there was something that lawyer said that was very interesting. Let me see if I can find that so I can play that sound clip. Because the guy, if I remember correctly, he says something about let the two gentlemen go without, without ease or something like that? Or there'll be some kind of consequences or something along those lines. But yeah, that doesn't sound like a threat at all whatsoever. And yeah, the police, they were the only ones who were being hostile, right? Right, let me see if I can find what really happened in Glasgow. So I'll just see if I can find that clip in particular within No Chance's video. Is it Sharon? Yeah, it's right. That's fine. Cool. Right, let me see. Just want to double check the chat as well. Always putting other people first rather than their own. Yep, that's definitely true, Bunny Lad. Absolutely true on that. It's a sad reality, but it's a fact regarding to that. Right, where was it? Was it this? Yeah, it was this bit. Right, let me see if I can find the Let me see. The beginning of that clip. Hold on. I'll also see if I could put up this size.
It's Eid. We're going to escort them.
Hold on. Right, so this segment, Brian Simpson, there's only one way this will end, with our neighbours released without conditions. Amir Anwar message to Police Scotland, UK Home Office. And I believe, interestingly enough, towards the end of that, he did something on the lines of, like, or something like or else or anything like that. But let's just listen to this part here, and also no chance we'll explain this part even further as well, so...
Now, I don't know if you got that with all the screaming and the cheering, but he said, we want this to be resolved peacefully, but for that to happen, we need those men released without condition, and that will de-escalate the situation. Now, if that's not a threat, I don't know what is, and that's coming from a lawyer. He would know the guys' names. He'd probably know the reason they're getting huckled in the back of a van. He knew they were Indians, they were Sikhs. But he continuously used the whole, it's Eid, we're going to escort them to the mosque. They got that in writing, that they're going to release them from the van and get them escorted to the mosque.
You know what's even more funny than that? Again, all these people who were supporting the two illegals, right? All these gullible idiots who are just like, yeah, let them go, they're Muslims, not even realizing the fact that they're Sikhs or they're Indians, but... I don't know, I guess to them, like, a Muslim and a Sikh person are one and the same because they're brown, or I don't fucking know. But it's just, it's absolutely embarrassing. And I keep seeing all these posts, especially on Facebook. Facebook to me is the worst platform for that. Mainly people that I know, or I used to speak to a lot personally, who are just complete, faggots at this point. All these people that are just like, oh, watching this protest, it just makes me proud to be Scottish. What? How does it make you be proud to be Scottish? Because you're protecting non-Scottish people and not even looking out for your own. It's unbelievable, like the stuff where we're seeing that. I don't know if I can maybe find those posts on my Telegram. Yeah, stuff like this. Hold on. I've skipped past it. Maybe this part here. Yeah, so this page, for example, Nicola Sturgis, Teenage Mutant Ninja Haggis, and the one that's about. Success, fucking power to the people. Say it loud and say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Glasgow, you make my heart swell with pride. I guess, fuck Glasgow at this point, right? I mean, this is just embarrassing. And even another post from the same page, it's response like this that makes me proud to be a Scot. Like, fuck you, you're a fucking traitor. That's what you are. Makes me proud to be Scottish. Yeah, makes you proud to be Scottish of people coming into this country and slowly but surely replacing you. Yeah, that makes you proud to be a Scot, right? You fucking traitor. That's what you people are like. Sorry guys, I know my streams are usually chilled and relaxed, and I did say earlier on that I was going to be trying to be swearing a lot less, but these people are just, it's frustrating to say the least. It really is just completely frustrating, and I do apologise, but anyway, let's see. Dr. Jimmy, I don't know if I've seen you before, but thank you for watching the stream and welcome. Scott Sarmer, hello to you too, sir. Thank you for watching the stream. Who else? Shinobi, I'm done with STV Newsman. Just listen to it now. Rangers fans bad. Palestine flies good. Fair dues, my fan base left the place like a tip, but the way the media are reporting it, yeah, like I've seen something about it was to do with like some kind of like lockdown measures in terms of like COVID that the Rangers fans were pissed off about. I don't know if that was true or not, but it's just, yeah, well, you see that all the time with Rangers fans. Like the media will just completely like just do anything in their power just to portray them as absolutely horrible and dense and whatnot. So staged. Yeah, you know, it does look very staged, that protest. I mean, I find if even No Chance made this point in this video, I think I find it very fascinating. All that stuff was happening to the two gentlemen. You know, the Home Office knew that they were illegals. They came to the country illegally. They were going to be deported back to their own original country, and yet, in No Chance, he explained in this video, it's rather weird that people who've organised it were very quick to organise the whole event, and so many people came around to try and help the two guys. Like, yeah, it doesn't seem genuine whatsoever. It does come off as more and more staged the more I think about it. Let me see. Silly people, their critics are less kind. Exactly. It makes me sick. It makes me sick too, Scottish Tam, at this point. Because I've heard about this at work. It was on the radio on... I can't remember what radio station it was, but usually radio stations have like a news segment where I'll give you guys updates on what's going on. And yeah, sure enough, they did talk about that whole protest what happened. And you hear the sound clip of the people that were there, shouting, say it loud, say it clear, refugees are welcome here. That gay shit, of course. Right. English sailor, oh yeah, we did see that one, sorry. None of those communists lived there. Oh yeah, I did read that out later on. Pause is belief, exactly, gammon sandwich. Looks pre-arranged maybe. Yeah, Dr. Jimmy said that you're saying that English sailor, it does come off as very staged or very pre-arranged, and even No Chance mentioned that in the video. In fact, let me see if we can find that bit real quick. Because I'm not entirely too sure if I explained it clearly or just now, but it definitely does come off as very staged. Where is it? It was this bit, I think. Wait a minute. I hope No Chance doesn't mind me showing this. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen this video, please give it a watch and give it a like, and also sub to No Chance if you haven't done so already. But we'll just watch this clip just now, and then you can kind of see it, kind of get an idea of why people are starting to think this may be staged or pre-arranged, if you will. So let's have a look. Oh, hold on. I don't know if it's actually. Oh no, if I screen shared it. Wait a minute. No, I don't think. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. Let me see. Yeah, that's better. Right. Okay. So anyway, back to this part here. 3, 2, 1.
Anyway, back to the timeline. About 9:30 AM, some he/him SNP-loving activist called Declan tweeted out this. Hypothetically, if there were a Home Office van parked right outside your flat on a busy intersection between two roads with cameras on it, what could someone hypothetically do about that? Now that tweet quickly gained traction amongst his do-gooder pals, all these far-left activists. The word spread to Facebook groups and WhatsApp groups. Declan went down and was one of the first people on scene to block the immigration officers doing their job. As you can see, Declan is also followed by Nicola Sturgeon. We've got Cockab Stewart, the first BAME woman to be...
Oh, but guys, it doesn't come off as stage. It's too much of a coincidence that Nicola Sturgeon would be following someone like that. Yeah. Let's all remember one fact, by the way, that earlier this year that Nicola Sturgeon and the rest of the SNP were going through a trial. Well, not a trial, but a very controversial corruption that was going on during the party, as was shown during earlier on this year. It pretty much involved people with Alex Salmond and all the stuff that was happening with them at the time. So and even of course all the evidence that Alex Salmond tried to come out with, Nicola Sturgeon decided to completely have it all blacklisted or erased. Which of course that definitely doesn't come off as very suspicious or anything like that at all. But again, it's probably just a coincidence, just a crazy conspiracy theorist,
Be elected to the Scottish Parliament. And we've got Mary Black, the LGBT MP and activist. And I'm sure there are many, many more. But this guy's call to action spread like wildfire. All the activist groups in Glasgow were tweeting about it, they were on Facebook, they were organising. So that's how it went from a small group to a massive group of people. And then after it started gaining traction, that's when you started seeing the MSPs jumping on board. Nicola Sturgeon herself.
Let me see this, right? So Anne McLaughlin, SNP MP. Yeah, of course, this overstuffed bin. Of course, he would support someone like... Yeah, and of course, look at that. Of course, he would support someone like George Floyd, the absolute criminal degenerate. What? No surprise there, right? So let's see what Wee Cranky said in this tweet. As constituency MSP, I am deeply concerned by this action by the Home Office, especially today in the heart of the community celebrating Eid. My office is making urgent inquiries and stands ready to offer any necessary assistance to those detained. I mean, yes, how dare the Home Office actually do their job and actually trying to deport someone because they came here illegally? And here's Hamzy, useless in this tweet. Let's see what he writes. I am disappointed that out of 8 Home Office ministers, none of them could make themselves available to speak to me. That's because they're probably busy and actually trying to do their jobs, Hamza, but whatever. Having spoken to the DG for Home Office in Scotland, I have urged him to ban the forced removal. I will consider next steps and I have requested an update. Jesus.
But before all these activists could arrive, we had the worst superhero on the planet arriving to save the day. Global Homo Man. I mean, check the state of this guy. He's basically a parody of how right-wingers view the left. Like, if you were to see a right-wing comedy sketch about lefties, this is just how they would dress them up. The guy is just a fucking idiot. But he was smart enough to realise that the beacon has been lit, all the far-left activists are en route. So he decided to get a nice comfy spot under...
Oh my god, I've heard about this guy was blocking the van any way possible, but I never really thought like he would actually be underneath the van just so that the van would not be able to drive away or anything like that. What an absolute sperg. Look at that. What an absolute state of this prick. Are you actually being... You're actually willing to put yourself under a van and possibly have you... I don't know, get yourself severely injured or probably dead because of some fucking foreigner that you don't even know, but you think that they have a right to be here because no human being is illegal or in your fucking worldview, right? Jesus Christ. These people, man. Just... I can't stand these people. I really can't.
the immigration enforcement van to give other activists time to arrive on scene. So that's why you saw it go from a small gathering to a massive gathering because of all the moving pieces that were involved. It wasn't a conspiracy, a premeditated thing. Something I do want to point out is some of the people that arrived on scene to help out with this situation, and when I say help, I mean use and abuse this politically for their own benefit or for their group's benefit, lie and just do the bidding of the SNP to frame everything as fuck the UK, independence now. One of the main culprits is a guy called Amer Anwar. Now I'll probably need to do a separate video on him just alone because, well, I'll let the videos speak for themselves.
It's a cynical and provocative action by the Home Office to do it on the day of Eid.
Cynical or provocative action. They're just doing their jobs of taking someone who came here illegally and wanted to deport their arses back to where they came from. But just like cynical, just provocative action. Oh my god, these people. But then again, they're probably the same people that say, oh, they were Muslims, despite the fact it came out that they were Indians or they were Sikhs. They weren't Muslims or Arabic in any way, shape or form. But because they were brown, they looked at them and thought, oh, we could use them as Muslims just to promote our political agenda. You know, so like as No Chance said in the video, they're trying to make it out as if, like, you know, fuck the UK independence now. They're sneaky bastards that way. All the tactics they normally use, they're fucking sneaky bastards. Huge respect for Jesus. Today and always, he has time and time again stood up for people who could not stand up for themselves alone. Not surprising at all to see him present today. Let me see this Ben. What's the type of? Oh, there's a white lassie, of course. Hey, CTK, or whatever your name is, do us all a favour, don't breed. Merely because you're a complete fucking moron and would rather see your people go down in flames and protect a bunch of fucking foreigners that don't even give a fuck about you. But, you know, what do I know? I'm just a fucking indigenous people of Scotland. I mean, or person of Scotland, I should say. You know, what the fuck do I know?
Let's be honest, we don't give a damn about the lives of these people. The people of Glasgow do. This city is built on the backs of refugees.
No, it's this whole fucking this argument again. I know in my live streams I'm normally laid back, relaxed, and all of that. I know that I did say earlier on I was going to try not to swear, but I think I'm going to start that next week because this whole thing is just infuriating. Especially at this point, I keep hearing these people make time and time again. Well, these refugees, these immigrants, they helped build Glasgow. No, they didn't. No, they did not. They had nothing to do with the building of Glasgow or any Scottish city for that matter. It was built by the people of Scotland. These immigrants had nothing to do with that. It's this idea that these people just want to rewrite history and try to act like as if, well, the immigrants, they've always been here and they had they had parts to do of building this great country. No, they never. You're just trying to fucking rewrite history just to promote your political agenda. That's what it comes down to. Just like with that show, Horrible Histories, which I'm not going to cover that in this stream, but I'll definitely want to make a separate video about that someday. Because that show, Horrible Histories, on BBC, I think it is. Oh my god, that show is complete utter cancer. But that's a video another day, but we'll continue on a little bit more and then we'll move on to something else maybe. So
People who've given blood, sweat and tears to build this city. So we do have those proud traditions and we stand firmly with these men.
yeah, you know, another thing, by the way, just one last point about that. Like all these people that they brought blood, sweat and tears to this country. How do you think Chris Donald felt about that? You know, the guy, the boy who was born and raised in that very street, Kenmure Street, was kidnapped and killed by a bunch of fucking third world savages because he was white. You know, and years later, many people of this country don't seem to mention his name whatsoever. Instead, what you see nowadays is you have a bunch of these lefty fucking douchebags who'd rather care about a fucking illegal foreigner than care about their own very people in their own country. That's how backwards we've gone to in this country. It's just, and it's all thanks to people like Nicola Sturgeon, Hamza Yousaf, and the SNP, and you can also see people like Labour for that matter. All of these fucking global homo bastards who want to do everything they can to try and to tarnish everything that's great about this great land, and all for the sake of being progressive and all of that. When it's so obvious that there's something far more sinister at play here. But anyway, let's see what the next part here real quick.
So there's a few things there. Refugees did not build Glasgow. He's also bringing up Eid, which, if you followed this the way I did, you noticed that politicians and activists kept talking about how could they do this on Eid of all the first day of Eid. How could they do that? As if like the law just ceases to exist when Eid happens. What if it's their birthday? Can we enforce the law on their birthday? What if their dog died that day? Should we just scrap the law? Fuck off. But as well as that, these guys, apparently Indian, they're Sikhs. They're not celebrating Eid. So the fact that they keep bringing this up, I think it was Scott's Armour, he was saying this, that they could really be done with Hamza Yousaf's hate crime bill because they've made an assumption based on someone's perceived characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe someone should maybe report these people for hate crimes because they're just assuming these guys are Muslim because of the way they appear, their perceived characteristics. But you know that was a decision made because it was smart, tactical. If it looks like the police or the Home Office are oppressing Muslims on the first day of Eid, it's going to get the clicks, it's going to get the outrage.
Exactly. That's a very sound point. Again, it's a great video by No Chance. If you haven't checked out the video already, please do so already. Just give it a like and subscribe to him if you haven't. I'll also just see if I can post the link to this video here. Let's see, Potty I know, I do apologize for that. Oh shit, was that mentioned on the entire time? Sorry about that. Yeah, diversity bill, Britain. It's a fucking joke, I know. Many people in this country have never even heard of him. I know, right? But Smug doesn't even cover it. Yeah. So I owe my existence to Arabs. Good to know. Yeah, no, I know it's a valid point that. All right, that be it. Then the only thing they contribute is to the destruction of our countries. 5-year visa holders built Scotland. Yeah, that's some mental gymnastics right there. Oh my god, it's. Oh, Galahad, hello sir, thank you for watching the stream. The guy being arrested wasn't even a Muslim. Funny how Sturgeon Hamza and the Pearl Clutchers assumed he was because he has brown skin. Low. I know, it's and even No Chance in the video even made this point up, where those people can be arrested with Hamza Yusuf's hate crime bill because those people made the assumption that those two guys were Muslim, despite they're not, they're Indians or they're Sikhs, but those people made the assumption that they were Muslims because of their skin color. But we all know for a fact that nothing's going to happen to them with that bill anyway, because we all know for a fact that that bill is mostly focused on a specific group of people, us. I mean, come on, everyone knows that. So, if the Home Office were collecting some Russian dude who came here legally, none of these fools would give it that. I know exactly, because ultimately, like, they don't. It's all a political gain. It's all about politics at the end of the day. They don't give a damn about every single immigrant that comes into the country. They only care about non-whites because, again, it promotes their political agenda. So in this case, what happened with the two gentlemen here is some of the members of the SNP, Hamza Yusuf and all of that, and even the guy Anwar, whatever the fuck the guy's name is, probably will use this as a way of, well, see, this is why Scotland needs to be independent and not be part of a union, despite the fact they want us to be part of the European Union. But that's beside the point, of course. Oh, speak of the devil, there's No Chance. Hello, sir. Sikhs love you. Didn't you know? I did not know that. So I did not know that. Apparently, I thought it was a Muslim thing, but oh well. So, I would have kept the van there until he had enough. Oh dear. But yeah, I know that. Oh no, hold on. He parked himself under the van, giving others time to gather. Jesus Christ. I know that. Even No Chance again. It wasn't staged. It went on for over 8 hours. Did it really went on that long? 8 hours. Well, just. And that's what allowed such a large gathering. It all started with one activist reaching out to other activists, pro-refugee groups and MSPs. Jesus Christ. So I know that was me completely spurging out about that whole case and what's going on, but this is the kind of stuff we're dealing with this country now. The stuff like this, all these gullible idiots are talking about. Oh, it makes me like so proud to be Scottish because people are protesting for a bunch of fucking foreigners that don't even live here or weren't even born here to begin with. But oh my god, it makes me so proud to be Scottish. Well, you know what? I'm the opposite of that. Seeing stuff like that, I'm ashamed to be Scottish. You know why? Because it's so blatantly obvious what's going on here. And it's not just a Scottish issue as well. This is an English issue, this is a Welsh issue, and it's also an Irish issue. We are dealing with a mass invasion within our country of all these immigrants that none of us even asked for, by the way. None of us even want them here to begin with because of all the crimes, all of the scandals, all of that, of the rape crimes that happen, all the grooming gang scandals that happen, everything that you can think of what happened in the past. Every one of us are just sick and fucking tired of it. We are sick to death of being treated like fucking cattle. We're sick to death of all these people that come into the country who are not even interested of being part of the country. They don't want to integrate into our society. They don't even want to learn the English language because they would rather speak their own native language, which makes you wonder, why even bother moving in here to begin with? If you're not even going to actually be part of the culture, not even be part of, well, of course, being a British citizen, but not even actually being a British citizen to begin with. But again, we all know that there's a much more sinister thing going on at play here. Let's see. That politician guy who just happened to be walking by with his children with a megaphone in his pocket. Jesus. Even troops as well. Celebrating disgraceful, preventing the immigration force and police from fulfilling their legal duty. Fantastic, it's unreal. I know. So, a snowman. I haven't seen you before in the chat, but again, thank you very much for watching the stream. I really do appreciate that. Can I copy strike you from Woody? No chance. I didn't play the full video. Don't worry. Oh dear. I know you're joking though. I know you're joking. Don't worry. So, Sturgeon Hamza outrage as usual. Oh, it's just it's a show. It's fake outrage. It's just for show. They don't really give a damn. But it's something that I did say last week's stream. But of course, because I sounded completely robotic and all of that. Nicola Sturgeon, Hamza Youssef, and all the rest of the SNP, Labour, and all these other lefty global homo parties, they don't give a damn about the migrants. They just want them over here so that they can try to be all liberal and all this other gay shit. They just use them as political pawns just so they can stay in office. That's what they're there for. They don't give a damn about the immigrants, whether they're legal or illegal or otherwise. They don't give a damn about them. They would rather use them as cattle and try to gain more votes so that they can stay in office as the main political party within the Scottish Parliament. That's why they care about them. That's it. And all the stuff about, oh, this is an outrage. How dare they do this to these two Muslims? To these two Indians. Muslims because they're brown. It's all for show. They're not really outraged. It's all just for show. Nothing to it, or nothing more, nothing less. I didn't watch the video because I knew it would boil my piss. I can see where it comes from with that. English sailor. Islam exterminated millions of Sikhs in India. That's interesting. Really interesting that. Funny how the British Empire did help build most of their countries. Scottish town. Whatever happened to ways like us? At this point, anyone that has a stayover in Glasgow... I don't want any of that. Both men detained couldn't speak English. Well, no fucking surprise there. Yeah. Oh, so they were detained, but they couldn't speak a lick of English. Well, what an absolute surprise there, of course. What a surprise that is. They are stirred up to it by neocon agitators. Exactly. We don't want them to integrate. We just want them to leave. Exactly. That's pretty much at this point. Everyone wants them to leave. Like everyone's just sick and tired of it. Govan Brown, Ibrox Brown, Goebbels Brown, Sighthill Brown, Partick Brown, etc. Yeah, at this point with that, it's only just going to get worse from here. It's only just going to get a lot worse. The only way to stop it is to remove the political class permanently. I can maybe see that, but I don't know. I can maybe see where you're coming from with that. And lastly, Jock Maham. So, yeah, Mr. Oh, I was born and bred in Scotland, so I'm just as Scottish as you lot. But then when it becomes convenient, oh, well, as a Pakistani man myself, like, pick one, Hamza. Like, you can't be either or. You're either Scottish or you're Pakistani. Like, pick one already. Close that. Don't need to use that anymore. And last week, John Enoch Powell, MBE. Bathe and feel welcome. I do. Yeah, it's a good idea. Definitely a good idea. Right, let me see here. In fact, speaking of Hamza Youssef, I can definitely have a look at that clip of... so this was during the Scottish election, and there was a clip of a guy, I think... the guy in the glasses, he was like I don't know if he was like a comedian, but he was doing like a satirical take on groups like the SNP and whatnot. But what was the guy's name? It was Deke something. Again, No Chance covered this as well. And Oh, yeah, we're still live. Yeah, can anyone hear me? Sorry, I don't know what happened there. Hamza got him. Yeah, that must have been it. Anyone got Tim Bob? Derek Jackson. I actually didn't strike him troops. Honest. No, I think I'm back. Yeah, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened there. My VPN is open. Well, my VPN is on, I should say, and it was connected to America, so the connection went down. So maybe it was to do with that, but it's still on, but I'm connected to another server. So hopefully that might be working now. So yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, even everyone's saying like, "Oh, where's Chief? Where's Chief?" Yes, I was saying, if a cat has kittens in a chip shop, you don't call them kippers. Yeah, exactly. In AA stream, replacement of the political elite and establishment is the only peaceful ways we can win. Yeah, I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that a lot more. Well, not a lot more, sorry, in terms of how we can definitely solve the issues that are going on just now, especially when it comes to immigration. I've been following that that's the guy's name, Deke Jackson. Yeah, I definitely want to see if I can find that clip. Like, we can't win by playing their games, etc. No, yeah, that's a good point. I definitely can see where it comes from with that Shinobi. Yeah. Everyone's saying muted. FF after the chat. I didn't strike him honestly for that. We back troops. Let's see. Here you got Sturgeon. Don't worry, like I managed to get away from their grasp, but don't worry about that. So, yeah. So Deke Jackson. Let me see if I can find that clip. Where is it? I think it's this one. Right, yeah, we'll use this clip. Let me see. Because this was another clip that really annoyed me. It annoyed me in the sense of what Deke Jackson did, because Deke Jackson was, like, the balls on this guy was absolutely fantastic. It's more of the responses that Hamza Yusuf was making were just completely ridiculous. So let me see if I can, again, screen share that again as well and see from there. Hide that, and yeah, let's see with that. Okay, here we go. So is this clip here? Yep, this is the one.
Okay. Well, 1:30, yeah? That's 2 beers. 2 beers,
Which I just want to make a quick point. A lot of other to try and tell Deke Jackson, you know, 2 meters apart and all of that, when they're the ones that came up to him to begin with, trying to like be like the whole, you know, bodyguard stuff and doing that, which it's kind of funny, but anyway.
I think it's 1 meter in a hospitality setting. I'd like to discuss it.
No, nothing to discuss here.
I think it is 1 meter in a... You would know though, wouldn't you, Hamza? If it's 1 meter in a hospitality setting, because you're the Justice Minister, eh? So it is 1 meter in a hospitality setting.
What's he want to talk about, Pat?
Hate speech laws.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to talk about hate speech laws, yeah. Yeah, I'd like to talk about how we want to love everybody in our own homes. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't be a racist in your own home, is that okay?
No, I don't want to be a racist.
Is that okay? You can't be a homophobe in your own home, is that okay?
I just like to hate...
You can't be a transphobe in your own home, is that okay?
I would like to hate hideous and barbaric practices, such as stoning women to death for adultery, arresting rape victims, this sort of thing.
Yeah, and you get arrested for all that.
Not a problem, pal. Jailing people for blasphemy.
You get arrested for all of that, so don't worry.
Aye, not in Pakistan.
No, don't.
We're not in Pakistan, pal.
We're in Pakistan.
No.
Is the reason you bring Pakistan into it?
It's just that...
Oh, I hate that moment. Is the reason you bring Pakistan into it? Well, yeah, because Pakistan is a country that has laws and all these problems that are completely backwards to us. I mean, just look at pedophilia, for instance. I mean, that country is rife with shit like that. So the fact that this Hamza is trying to make a hate crime bill, it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, Deke Jackson here is absolutely spot on with the points he makes here. and I love how Hamza was trying to do this whole like gay gotcha, like, oh, is there a reason why you bring Pakistan into it? Well, yeah, that's because Pakistan are completely backwards to Scotland. I mean, I think there would be a reason as to why Hamza's family who were from Pakistan. I think there would be a reason as to why they would leave Pakistan and move to Scotland to begin with. I mean, I wonder what the reason could that be, to be honest. But
If I was in my own home, and I was in my own home, and I wished, if I wished to hate stoning women to death, if I wished to hate stoning women to death in my own home, that's no longer allowed, is it?
You're certainly not allowed to speak about it.
Yeah, you're not allowed to. Let's not talk about stoning women to death,
Goodness me.
arresting rape victims.
again, great video. Hamza is a complete tool. Let's see. It says love. I noticed that with the armband. Yeah, it says love. Yeah. Hamza wouldn't let him finish a sentence. Lefty tactic. Yeah, I know. It's the classic lefty tactic, of course. Let me see. He reached out and said that no lawyer would take on this case. All his music got removed from Spotify, Deezer, and iTunes. His agent also dropped him. Jesus Christ! All because of that. That's unbelievable. That. What's the first one? There we go. Let's see. Keep pressing the wrong fucking button. There we go. We can see that they're scared. Well, they're definitely were scared of that. I mean, you see all of them were just completely crowding around Hamza trying to protect his arse. Hamza Youssef is not a Scot. The end, definitely. Note the rise in his voice. He's rattled. Yeah. Is there a reason to bring Pakistan into it? Fuck off. You know what, like, of course, the biggest irony of that of all, everyone knows this, of course, already, but I find it absolutely funny and hilarious that Hamza is the guy who invents this new hate crime bill for Scotland, but then, of course, everyone's seen that famous clip of him going into the Scottish Parliament and talking about how there's too many white people, too many white judges, too many police officers who are white, you know, so on and so forth. You know, the white comment that he's known for. But of course, we all know in terms of the anti-white agenda, like, it's completely fine to completely mock and completely hating on white people. But if you do it to a minority or a non-white person, then you'd be thrown into the gulag for 7 years. Despite the fact, even going down to the fact of it being was it incitement to racial hatred or anything like that, but it's a complete clown world we're living in just now. It's an absolute utter clown world. And I'm sure myself and everyone in the chat are also just getting sick and tired of it. I mean, it's about time we really do something about it. And I don't mean that in a violent way, of course, just in case someone takes it completely out of context. I mean, like, we should all definitely just get out there and just speak our minds out at this point. Because at this point in time, what we've seen with the election, what we've seen with the recent protests that happened, at this point, it's only just going to get worse and worse and worse from here. Anyway, let's see if there's anything else. I don't know if there's anything else I want to cover as next, because I think that was pretty much all I wanted to talk about, really, was just a protest and just a little short response to that video I've seen with Deke Jackson and whatnot. So just in case, we're only just about 9 minutes past 7, so I don't know if anyone in the chat is still watching just now. If you don't mind me asking, is there any questions you would like me to answer away or anything like that at all? Because I'll definitely have a look at something just real quick, and if anyone has any questions they'd like to ask or anything like that as a last segment for the stream, then just fire away up asking, and then I'll see if I can answer your questions. No more like that guy. I need more like that guy. Yeah. Need more people like Deke Jackson, because that was a very ballsy thing for him to do that. So, let me see. I guess I could. Well, I don't know if you guys want me to cover the recent Israel slash Palestine conflict that's going on just now, because I don't know if that might be if that might be a really a really spicy topic to cover, but. Nah, but to be honest, I haven't really been paying attention to that anyway, so maybe maybe not for now. Budgie Burger, how much are your chips? That's a that's a pretty good question. I think it really just depends on where I go, whether it be any type of chippy or farm foods or anything like that. I'm not entirely too sure, to be honest. I think it just depends on the place I go to. So there you go. There's your answer for that. Let me see. Let me also check on Telegram real quick. Hold on. No, that's fine. No worries. Okay. The other announcement. Well, I don't want to call this an announcement, but I'm pretty much sure everyone knows in the chat. May not know this already, but there's going to be a film club review tonight on. Is it Patriotic Talk or anything like that? Basically, of course, it's going to have Mark Collette, it's going to have Laura Towler, Nia Concern, and Horace. They're going to be talking about... That's going to start at 8 p.m. tonight, and that's going to be a film they're covering, which will be A Clockwork Orange, if I'm not mistaken. And I think that's going to be on Mark's Odyssey channel, D Live, but that's the Patriotic Talk D Live, I think. Might be completely wrong on that. I don't know if it'll be on YouTube, because again, they're no longer on YouTube anymore, but let me see. Oops, Tony Smith. Have you got any ideas for the future topics you would like to cover? I've got some ideas, yeah. I did talk about earlier on that at some point, I don't know if it would be during this week or next week, or maybe even the week after, I'm going to see that I'm going to make a part 3 for the porn industry stream, because I did... Because it was supposed to be like only just one part, but then it got turned into 2 parts. But then the ending that happened with part 2, it kind of ended the stream abruptly. So I'm going to see if I can make a part 3, and that way part 3 is going to be the big finale to that. So that's an idea I'm going to cover. There was another idea I had in mind, which I want to ask you guys. Works that be the climax. I don't know, folks. Oh dear. Let me see. Have you seen these videos of UFOs they're pushing on Fox? No, I haven't. I've heard some people talking about that, but I haven't actually watched the videos myself. But I think that's really interesting that Fox are trying to push the whole UFO stuff. Oh right, would that be the climax, Chief? Yes, that would be the climax, Dornum. That would be the climax. Part 3 was the big finale, the money shot, if you will. So, literally confirmed by the Pentagon that folks are so brainwashed with COVID and Hollywood films about aliens, they're okay with that. Yeah, they're freaking out about them. Of course. Crazy that it isn't worldwide news. Well, you think they would be worldwide news, because that's quite a big reveal, that, isn't it, in terms of UFO sightings, but no, you're right. People are too busy with COVID, they're too busy with all these Hollywood productions coming out, all the live adaptations of like Mortal Kombat and all of that, and the upcoming Marvel films. Of course people would be more... those things would be more important than sighting of aliens for the common normie folk, if you will. Oh my Drews! I've got but I have a bit of a pain in my Gulliver. I think that's a quote from Clockwork Orange. It was a long time since I last watched that film, but I also read the book too. But that was like back in high school. I last read that book, but yeah, you can definitely check that out on. Let me see if I can find the Telegram post again, because I'm pretty sure it's on specific channels for that stream. Hold on. Let me see if I can find a specific page for it. think it's this one, right? Yeah, so Film Club review tonight at 3 p.m. No, sorry, at 8 p.m. and it's at 3 p.m. Eastern time, which I'm assuming that's American time. So it's going to be on Mark Collette's Odyssey channel, D Live, and Patriotic Talks, D Live. It's also going to be on Entropy if you also watch it there. So I'll keep that on this page just now, and then that way, once the show comes to an end, for this one just now, I'll post the links in the chat for people to go once it's all done and dusted. Let me see. I'm freaking out about them. Oh, of course, yeah. It's illegal aliens you need to worry about me. If the aliens landed and they turned out to be white, how would that go down? I'm sure people would be outraged by that. You know, like, oh no, like there's white aliens. You know, like they would probably say some gay shit like, oh, we need more like black aliens. We need more brown aliens. You know, diversity is our strength and all of that. You would imagine they would say something like that, of course. All the world is a stage and the clowns have taken over. No, that's definitely true, Budgie. That's definitely true. Let me see. And I'm also going to see if I can get someone. Actually, no, I'll put that as I'll put on hold. I was going to see if I can get like a guest on at some point, but I'm going to put that on hold for now and just focus on the start of the new podcast for next week, and then also see if I can start writing some scripts for future videos. Shinobi, any debates coming up? No, not at the moment. But even just saying that, if a debate does come up, I'd be very happy to go through another debate. But of course, with the first ever debate I did learn a few lessons from that debate, which more importantly, I think I should have been a bit more prepared in terms of getting all the information, in terms of like all the information in terms of like stats and data to back all my claims up. So if another debate comes out, which I'll be very happy to be a participant in, I think it would be a good idea to maybe be a bit more prepared on that aspect of a future debate. So at the moment, no any debates coming up, but if one does come up, I'm going to learn my lesson from the previous debate, and I would be very happy to participate in that future debate. Don't know who, but you know, if anyone's interested, then I'll be happy to give that a go. Gamma Sandwich. Imagine those white aliens basically came to confirm white humans are more evolved. What a moment. That would be a moment. That would be a moment for everyone to see. And of course, the lefties would not be happy with that whatsoever. Alien supremacy. Ah, dear. Oh, no, screenshot share that. That's fine. Okay. Right. Okay, what I will just do, guys, is I'll see if I can get the stream maybe another 10 minutes, and I'll see if I can get going, because there's also some stuff I need to do around the house just before the night comes. There's still washing out the back garden. I need to take that in at some point, and then I'll see if I can just chill out for the rest of the night. And also working on, again, some scripts for future videos, as I said earlier on, and see if I can work on like a thumbnail or banner for future live streams with the title "The Mood of the Nation." See from there, of course. Okay. At least tonight's stream was been a lot better. It certainly was a lot better than last week, so I'll definitely say that. So, no any well, there was a technical issue with the broadband connection, but I think it's working fine now with my VPN. So, hopefully that doesn't happen again for in the future. But who knows? Let me see. No, that's fine. Okay, well, that's cool. Ugly Truth. Let me see. You're just in time. I'm just gonna give the stream another 10 minutes. But thank you for joining. Very late, but thank you for joining anyway. I really do appreciate that. Oh, Scottish Tam. Chief Moody, where can I send any artwork for your stream to? Oh, well, if you're up for that, then sure. If you want, Scottish Tam, I think the best thing to do would be maybe through email, I would say. So if you want to send any works or anything like that at all about that, then you could just, I would say, send it through email. If you want, I can see if I can private message you on Telegram, if that's okay. Again, we could sort that back and forth if you can. Again, if that's okay with you, then that'd be great with that. So Shinobi, well, I probably watch a few more videos on here than play some Xbox. Love watching those audit YouTubers making cops look like spanners. Let me see here. Let me see if I can. Yeah, right, that's fine, okay. Right, what to do, Scottish Tam? I'm just seeing if I can find your post here. Well, not post, I should say, but see if I can find that. Right, okay. What I'll do, I'll just see if I can send you like a private DM on this part here. Did I actually more than that? Wait a minute. Okay, let's see. No chance. Do you play Warzone, Moody? I used to play it. I think I still have it. Well, it's not like I've downloaded Warzone anyway, but I did play it. I thought it was really a lot of fun, but I'm gonna see if I can maybe download that again. And if you guys want, I can maybe see if I can join future games or whatnot on Warzone, because at the moment there's been a couple of games I've been playing a lot recently. Of course, the one that I've just finished playing yesterday was the new Resident Evil Village, which I really liked that game, but compared that to 7 in terms of the survival horror elements, I thought 7 did it better in terms of the survival horror element. Because I felt Resident Evil Village wasn't bad. I just kind of felt like it was a bit more actiony. Like it kind of felt like as if Resident Evil 8 Village was more like a like a modern day equivalent of Resident Evil 4. Again, not to say that that's a bad thing, because Resident Evil 4 is one of my favorite games of all time. Pretty much the game that got me into the Resident Evil series to begin with, but I was just kind of like, well, we were doing great with Resident Evil 7, because that game to me at first was scary as hell. And then, of course, they made the Resident Evil 2 remake, which was absolutely just a masterpiece. Like, one of the best remakes of all time. And then the 3 remake came out and wasn't the best, but it was clearly something that that was clearly rushed out. And then 8 comes along, and it's still a good game, don't get me wrong, but it kind of felt as if like we were doing 7 and we were saying, going back to basics with the series, or going back to survival horror roots, and then 8 comes along and it is still a survival horror game, but it does feel a bit more actiony this time around. But I finished playing that yesterday morning. I finished playing it, and it definitely does. I'm not gonna spoil the ending, but it definitely sets something up for the next game for Resident Evil 9, if they do Resident Evil 9, of course. So the other game I was also kind of getting back into playing was also Yakuza 0, because that was something I really liked back in the day, so maybe I might give that a chance. But if you guys want, I'll see if I can download Call of Duty Warzone again, and again, if you guys want, we can see if we can get some games into it in the future. So no chance, if you're watching, what console do you play Warzone on? Because the only console I normally play Warzone on would be a PS4, but that's pretty much it. I don't play it on PC or Xbox or anything like that at all. Or if I'm not mistaken, is it meant to be also like a multi-platform type of multiplayer experience? So it doesn't matter what platform you're on, as long as you can play it together, then that's completely fine, I'm assuming. Because I know there's some games that are doing that. I think even Street Fighter V did that, where it's like you can, regardless of which console or platform you're on, you can still play it with each other anyway. So, because a lot of games are doing that, like a multi-platform type of online experience. PC, but it's a cross-platform. Yeah, that's what it is, cross-platform. Right, that's fine. So I'll see if I can download Warzone again and see if I can get into some games with yourself, No Chance, or maybe even with Chris or Mark Collette or anyone in future, if they want me to, of course. So, because I've been meaning to kind of get back into that with you guys, but again, just because I've been really busy with other things outside of YouTube and all of that, and also been busy with other stuff, of course. So, yeah, Shinobi, everything is becoming cross-platform. Yeah, I kind of thought of that because a lot of games are doing that. Criminally late, but just in time to like. No worries, Joe Citizen. Yeah, thank you for watching the stream. So yeah, that's that with Warzone. So I'll see if I can download that again tonight. There's a game I don't play on my PS4 as much anymore. It's a big file though. It's a Gran Turismo Sport. Good game, but I don't normally play that a lot, so maybe I can delete the save file for that and then download Warzone again. But not just Warzone, but any Call of Duty game, they just take hours and hours to download. At least for me, anyway. I don't know if it's because my broadband's slower or whatnot, but for me, it just takes days to download. What's it? Oh, just a. I'll get rid of. Come back to that. Right. Okay. Right, okay, so just give a couple more minutes and then we'll see from there. DayZ looks decent. Never played it though. Is that not like a PC game? Hold on one sec. DayZ, I've heard of that before. Hold on. Oh, it's available on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. The post, so hopefully it's like a pro. I have heard of that game before. It's one of those like games where it's like Fortnite and all of that. If I'm not mistaken. Speaking of which, everyone play Fortnite because I sure as hell haven't. I don't play that. Let's see. It's an yeah, let's see here. That's fine. Oops, I type even. That's fine. No worries. Right, perfect. So it looks like it's gonna be. I've learned to like Fortnite because my oldest got into it and asked me to play a lot. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I just can't do the building crap. Yeah, I'm like that with Minecraft because I used to play that quite a few times back in the day. My friends were really into it, but I thought the game was alright, but I didn't love it. I think it was one of those games where it was just like I didn't want to get into it because it was one of those games where everyone was playing it, and it's like. You kind of felt like you were like kind of like an outsider and not playing it alone. But used to play Fortnite religiously, even the PvE version. I never played Fortnite. Again, kind of going back to what I was saying, it was mainly because of the whole popularity was kind of ruined it for me. Because I'm not the type of person when it comes to any game or film, I would just instantly jump on the bandwagon because I know for a fact that. If a game like that is like overhyped as hell, I'm not gonna like it because it's like people are praising it as like, oh, this is like the best game ever made and blah blah blah. But to me, the only reason why people seem to like Fortnite because it was free to play it. I don't know if it's what because I think it was like that when it first came out. It was a free to play game, and then it just got massively bigger throughout the years. Because when it first came out, was it like 2006? Was it 2016, 2017 or something like that, or maybe 2018? Minecraft Survival is where it's at. Creative mode is for gays. I had to learn Minecraft to play with my son, but I drew the line at Fortnite. Yeah, especially all of the. Do you guys remember all the Fortnite dances? All these young kids were doing. Like, I think it was like they were moving their hands like left and right all the time, or just fucking cringy shit that was. Man, yeah, I pretty much drew the line on that. So, anyway. That is 7:30. I think what I'll do, guys, for now is I will call it. Hold on a sec. PUBG would have smashed Fortnite if they bothered to keep it playable. You pay for it, and the textures don't load. I've heard something about that with PUBG. They used to be a pretty popular game, but now it's just that Fortnite dancing is big. Is big gay. Yeah. Oh, PVE was pay to play. Then the PvP was free about a year later. I was on OG. Oh jeez. Sorry to hear about. Let's see. Yeah, that's about it, I would say. Perfect. So yeah, just after 7:30, the famous PewDiePie bridge and incident. Oh yeah, that famous clip. Yeah, I Fortnite is low IQ, high impulse FPS. It's not for me. Yeah, I definitely know that famous clip. The that PewDiePie got in trouble for. I do remember that. No chance. Yeah, bridge and incident. Anyway, let me see if I can find the links for the upcoming film club review on Mark Klett's Odyssey channel, on the Patriotic Talk channel, and also on the Entropy channel for Mark Klett, if I remember. Where is the official page? It was there it is. Right, okay. Yeah. So copy that. Copy link address. Right, I'm just going to post the links in the chat just now. So that's the Odyssey link for Mark Klett's Odyssey channel, so you can watch it on there if you want, or if you prefer other platforms like DLive, there's a link to the DLive channel here. And also Joe Citizen just posted No Chance's channel in the chat as well. Thank you very much, Joe Citizen. Really appreciate that. If you don't watch DLive, here is the Entropy stream link for that as well. So that's for the... Oops. It's not what I wanted. Copy link address. There we go. And finally, there's the link for the Entropy stream link for Mark Klett's channel as well. So... But honestly, guys, that's really great. Though that film club review will start at 8 p.m. tonight, so hopefully it's going to be a very good review. I really hope they do RoboCop one day. That's going to be a really great episode because, I mean, honestly, RoboCop is one of my favorite films of all time, and I really hope to God they talk about that at some point. But anyway, long story short, I really want to thank you guys so much for tuning into tonight's show. Be prepared for next week's show at 6 p.m. where it's going to be the first ever episode of the Mood of the Nation podcast. And this is where I'm also going to see if I can speak to Scottish Tam about the artwork stuff as well. So that's going to be really, really awesome. And then that's going to be it for now. So again, I'm just going to see if I can find an outro song for the stream as well. And then we'll just play it out. So... good night, everyone. Good night, Chief Moody. Have a great week. Same to you, Gammon, and I. Same to you as well. Thank you very much. Just going to share the screen, share audio. Actually, put a full screen as that as well. Let me see if I can find. Man, what song to play? What song to play? Let's see. Music. Which one? God, I need to add more songs into into this part here. This one, yeah, we'll definitely play that. Right, okay, so I'm going to play this song for the outro. Once again, guys, I really do appreciate you all coming along, and hopefully Mood of the Nation next week at 6 p.m. Thank you very much, Joe Sesson, really appreciate that. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. This is Chief Moody signing out, and I will see you all next time. Take care and stay safe. Thank you.
He was under the age when he left the country to fight with the brave, to lead an army from the landfall in the south to the battle of Yorktown, still fighting enemies for the American crown. His story won't die, now you're still alive, and you are a part of us, forever in our minds. His story won't die, now you're still alive, and you are a part of us, Lafayette. Back to his land, the true hero was one of those men who stand out from the crowd. He fought for liberty, he fought for people's rights. He's been loyal till the end, loyal till he died. His story won't die, now you're still alive, and you are a part of us, forever in our minds. His story won't die, now you're still alive, and you are a part of us, Lafayette. His story won't die, now you're still alive, and you are a part of us, forever in our minds. His story won't die, now you're still alive, and you are a part of us, Lafayette. Your glory is all that's left, but history has been kept, and time won't erase traces of you. Your glory was all you had,